Our international affairs editor, Kethevane Gorjestani, who joins me in the studio. Kethevane, obviously there's going to be a lot of focus now on Kamala Harris. What's next for the Democratic Party?
Well, as Fraser was saying, they're going to have to make a decision about which way they're going, and they're going to have to make it soon. Either they go with the route of putting Kamala Harris at the top of the ticket, and then the next question, as he was saying, is who is going to be her running mate, or they go with the open convention. But that possibly creates even more chaos for the Democrats to figure out where they're going to go. But it is interesting to note that several big figures of the Democratic Party, in their statements reacting to Joe Biden's decision, did not mention anything about who comes next or what comes next. It's true of Nancy Pelosi. It's true of Chuck Schumer, true of Hakeem Jeffries. Not that they said they didn't want Kamala Harris, but they really stopped short of giving an opinion as to what should happen next, unlike Barack Obama, who talked about this process that would mean that an outstanding nominee would emerge. So there is a question as to how many Democrats actually will fall in line with what Joe Biden has announced, but it is very likely that it's going to be Kamala Harris. But I think there's also when you're talking about the timing to the convention, and as Fraser was explaining, this little quirk with some of the early states for that confirmation of the ticket, that puts pressure on the Democratic Party. But there is also an idea of momentum. You have right now a sort of momentum. People who were disappointed with the choice of having Joe Biden, who were saying that he's too old, who didn't feel enthusiastic about his candidacy, they are right now thinking, okay, breath of fresh air. There's a new sort of momentum within the Democratic Party. And the longer you wait and the more division you show within the Democratic Party as to what comes next, you're going to lose that momentum. So right now, they should be figuring out something, and figuring out very soon, because on the other side, the Republicans, they're not going to wait to start their attacks. Now, we have heard Donald Trump saying that he believes she's going to be easier to beat than Joe Biden. That is pretty much for show, because if you listen to what some of the Republicans who were at the Republican convention this week were saying, they were basically rooting for Joe Biden to stay on the ticket because they felt that they had a better chance of beating Joe Biden than Kamala Harris. So the strategy is going to have to be now, both for Kamala Harris and for her opponents, figuring out how you adapt, because Kamala Harris has not been in that sort of a spotlight as she is going to be starting right now. So she's going to have to adapt if she is really wanting to be the nominee. And the Republicans are going to have to adapt to this new campaign, because gone are the attacks about age. Gone are the attacks about people are not really happy with Joe Biden. Democrats don't want Joe Biden. There's a brand new ticket. There's somebody who's young. And now the old person that people don't really like is Donald Trump, because he also has very low favorability ratings. He is also almost 80 years old. And so that spotlight of age, of whether he's the right candidate, is going to shift on Donald Trump. So you're really seeing this campaign sort of flip upside down, and it's going to be very interesting to see how quickly the Democrats get in line and decide what to do next.
Kethevane Gorjestani, our international affairs editor, thank you so much for your analysis there.